Hello, my name is Sirrano Keith Baldeo. I'm the candidate for Dallas District 10. I am faithful and I am hopeful that I prevail in this election because there are a lot of you that are struggling financially. So, if there's any one of you that is struggling financially, emotionally, and the financial burden is causing conflict in your home, there's fights, there's divorces, there's disagreements. There's times when you can't pay your for food, simple things like food. I just want to let you know that I am working on my local office to have an office right here just for you. So the staff right now for the council members are $60,000 to $65,000 a year. So I want to cut that down to about $45,000 with three multicultural, because that's who I am, employees, and have my local office not in Lake Highlands, not in Hamilton Park, but somewhere in between that will be available for everybody. So I understand that you lost your job, or you may know somebody have lost their job. I understand that you can't pay your bills, and you know people that can't pay their bills. I understand that you may not even be able to buy food, and you know or may know people that can't buy food. And I understand that your utility bills may be behind, or you know people whose bills are behind. And sometimes we can be selfish when we know people are struggling and we just blind our eyes to them because we have our own issues to deal with. And so I want to make sure you understand that I am going to have a local office right here in District 10. You just walk in. I'm making sure when I hire, the city gets me employees for my office, they understand they got to be in the local office when there's not a council meeting. And they got to be there to walk you through the process. The money is available. The money, the help, the assistance is available. What is not available is the application process. It can be scary. It can be frightening for somebody who is going through something and you think that nobody cares. And they don't, maybe, you know? You think that nobody is there for you. But I promise you, as a councilman, I am going to be there. When I was the president of a newspaper, I was there for people. Unfortunately, I had no access to the government to get them the help that they need. But being a councilman, I can get finally breach the doors that I've been kicking down for years to reach into my own staff and the city staff. And trust me, the city of Dallas has an enormous group of people that can come out and help you. But nobody's providing or being the conduit for that. And I want to let you know, I am going to be the conduit. You're going to come to my office. You're going to say, I couldn't. And landlords, let me tell you something about landlords. They can be brutal. They will be cruel. They want their money, and that's all they care about. You can be friends with a landlord. You can sit in the office, of the management and have a great conversation for about a year. And as soon as you can't pay your bills, everything changes. I understand what you're going through because there was a time in my life I went through the same thing and I had to catch up. I had to catch up. So you may be even going through a court case right now. I don't know, but that's why I want to be there. So you're not going to be alone. If I'm elected, you are not, when, by the grace of God, I'm elected, you are not going to be alone. Understand that, okay? I have lawyers for the city. There's 100 lawyers available to me as a councilman. I don't think these council members care about you. If they did, they would understand their position, how powerful it is to help the community. But they're not even aware of what they have to help you. And so my list of things is financial assistance. That's the first thing on my list. Emergency rental assistance. That's the second thing. Food and grocery assistance. Look, it's hard. You go to the grocery store and you have just a few dollars and you have to put food back. I know some of you had to do that. Okay? Mortgage, rental, and housing aid. We have that available in the city and other entities, but no application process for it. No one helping you. Family care service. One of the biggest things that people don't understand. For those who have kids, trying to make ends meet, it can be tough. It can be a lonely place, can be a frustrated place. It leads to divorce when you think your spouse is not helping you and you're alone with the kids, especially for women. And I want to make sure I intervene there. I want to make sure I know that you can get the help. I will help you with the help. We will bring you in. We will make sure that you're not alone. You're not alone. Um, and unemployment assistance. We're going to work with the Texas Workforce Commission, but I'm not going to send you there. I'm not going to send you there and say, go find a job. We're going to bring the resources into that local office. And that's my plan, because when I fought for people in the past for over a decade as a publisher of a newspaper, it was always banging on the door of the government and saying, look, we need the help for these people. So allocate $3 to $5 million for District 10 so I can go ahead and get that help out to them immediately. Because I know people are close to being on the street. I don't know. I know some of you are back in your rent. And I know you can't catch up. You cannot catch up. I was in a court case once, in a courtroom once, and I'm watching this case, covering cases in a courtroom, and the judge looked at the renter and says, you know what? Whenever somebody falls behind in their rent, they will never be able to catch back up. That's what the judges are thinking. So I don't want you to think that you're going to be alone. I don't want you to ever think that there's nobody there for you. Okay? So if you're struggling, if you're suffering, and one of the things that nobody wants to talk about is domestic violence and fights and things that are happening in the home. There's intervention before those things happen. But they're not, legal interventions. They're personal interventions, and it doesn't have to do with Family Protective Service as well. But as the councilman, I can reach into those people and provide those services and look, this is a family that is struggling financially, struggling mentally and emotionally because they're confined in a place together and they realize they didn't really know each other that well. They didn't realize that I always want my space and you're in my face. It can be tough. I am home with my wife, and sometimes I want to have my space to do my work, and it's like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? But I'm well aware of my intelligence and my understanding to just say, okay, Sirrano, just take it down, and this is just how family work, And a lot of people don't understand that. So COVID-19 has destroyed a lot of marriages, a lot of households, caused a lot of fights, and I don't want to see you go through that. So we're going to provide other assistance to make sure if there's something happening in your home that can cause the destruction of that home, we have people there for you. We have churches that are sitting here doing nothing. They do absolutely nothing. I call 12 churches to help the community when we have the snow crisis, and I actually got 4 of them on the phone. Now I got about 6 of them on the phone. Only 3 of them had assistance available. But that's going to change. If you have a church in my community, and I'm the councilman here, you're going to be doing what Jesus told you to do. Get into the community, open up your doors, and minister to those people that are in a COVID crisis, close to divorce and fighting. We have everything available. What you don't have is a leader to bring it to you, rather than leave you at your own demise, I should say. So just understand that you're not alone with me as your councilman. You're not alone. You will never be alone. If you look at my my website, Sirrano2021.com, just scroll down and you see these photos of all the people that called me for help, and I immediately went. I didn't send an assistance, and I didn't say call the cops like this councilman does and says, you go ask for. I went myself. I did a lot of camera interviews with them to shame the government and shame the cops, and was trying to control these people's lives, and shame mayors and shame a lot of people and call them out for leaving these people and just targeting them. I shamed the court. I shamed judges who were unfair to people. You'll see the photographs of all those people. And then you'll see me at the bottom go into the council meeting consistently fighting to get them help. But as your councilman, I won't have to fight anymore. I will be able to open the door and get you access. And that's what you need right now. So, but what I need from you is this. If you won't vote, I can't help you. So I encourage you to go out and vote Saturday, May 1st. 727, you can go on the website from Adelia Library to the RSD up in Walnut. And there'll be about 7 other places open up where you can go and vote. Find those places. I need to build my numbers. He's going to build his for his community. He has a thing that says love your neighbor. I think he just meant the people that lives around him. I want to love everybody. Matter of fact, this is the sign that I have. Oh, I fought somebody for this sign, and this is what it says. If you didn't see the big letters, it says love is the answer to everything. And that's what I want to lead you with. So you're not alone. I am here. I have a history of being there. I'm going to continue to be there for you. If I'm elected, I can do a lot of work for you. If I'm not, I have no access to anything but through a councilman who's actually lazy and really don't see what's really happening to you, because if he did, his office would be in the middle, it would be open, there'd be staff there, and you can walk in and says, look, I can't pay my rent. Look, I have no food. Look, I'm behind on my mortgage, my car payment. I need a job. There's fighting in my home. I don't know how to handle it. And that's probably one of the main focus that I may need somebody in my office to handle people who have problems in their home, emotional fighting, disagreements, because they're in close contact now. And it can be, you can learn a lot about somebody when you're in close contact with them than when they were working and you were working, or they were away and you were away. And all of a sudden you get into a close place and you realize, I don't want to be bothered. Don't ask me to do this. I just want to do this. I just want to do that. So that's a big impact on what's happening in the COVID crisis. And so also in the COVID crisis, maybe you lost your job before the COVID crisis, but because you cannot get a job right now because of COVID-19, you qualify. I'm going to make sure you qualify. I have 100 lawyers in the city of Dallas at my disposal to make sure that you qualify. That's how good I am. That's how courageous I am. So understand that, okay? And just remember, I am going to be there for you. Look and see all the people that I were there for before. I will continue that as a councilman, okay? Thanks for watching. Go to the polls. Do what you have to do. Your duty, I guess. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.